Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and today I'd like to take you along for a drive of our 1952 MGTD. The weather's cooperating. It's a beautiful day in Pennsylvania. We do have our full weather protection up, so we have our hood or top up in place, fitting snugly, and we have our wonderful side curtains in place. So we actually have all the side curtains to the car. Please take the time and watch the showroom video on this car. We also do a cold start video. This is a car that I actually purchased a while ago from an older couple. We bought two cars from them. It's interesting because they had driven the heck out of this car. They took it to shows, to tours, drove it around, but it had been sitting for a few years. So when we got it, we essentially refurbished it. We had the gas tank taken off and cleaned and resealed. We put a new fuel line in the whole length of the car, including the lines at the carburetors. We rebuilt the carbs. We tuned the motor. We did a lot of front suspension work on it. We did the kingpins, rebuilt the rubber bushings, the dust covers on there. We put new steering rack bellows on the car. Did the complete brake system, the brake master, the wheel cylinders, some lining in the back, the wheel lines, the flex lines. So we just we liked this car, we drove it around a lot, and we were just kind of kept puttering along on it. So in the end, we have a nice, fully usable, drivable TD that can go anywhere. It does have, I'll mention in the showroom video, we've got some patina going. The paint is older on the car. There's some flaking, there's some cracking. So it does have some patina on it with the paint, some of the chrome trim. Front and rear bumpers and brackets are all new. They were replaced recently. The interior is a high point. The interior was relatively new. They chose the right leather material. So the seats are leather. The top was done at the same time. So the top, side curtain, seats, carpeting, all of that is relatively new and great looking. They left the dash original. I'm not sure if this is original to the car, but it's older. This black was not replaced recently. I mentioned in the showroom video, glove box door opens, but there is no glove box. So that's a little project to do. All this stuff is available from Moss Motors, Abington Spares. In the driving video, and let me start the car up for you. One of the things that endeared us to this car, its willingness to start. It always, hot, cold, indifferent, starts right up. Just like that. The choke works. I just pulled the starter, that works. The horn goes beep, beep. The speedometer and odometer are working. It's showing 13,000. I'm certain that's rolled over. So let's say 113, and being an old British odometer, unknown. Water temperature's great. It's on the cool side in Pennsylvania, so we're sitting at 70 Celsius. The tachometer is slow. It's slow. That should be rebuilt or cleaned. Clock does not work. Oil pressure's good. We're idling right now, right around 40. When the temperature goes up, that'll drop down a little more, but good, nice, strong, consistent oil pressure. Charging is working. Charges like crazy, which is wonderful. And we've checked out the lights, the brakes are all working. There are no turn signals on this car, but everything is here. Lights and everything are functioning properly. In the driving of the car, since we did so much work on the front suspension, the brakes, when I did some various bushings and stuff, it drives great. Drives very nicely. Transmission is better than most TDs. This is a non-synchro mesh first gear, so you have to be stopped before you put it in gear, and you will always hear a little lay shaft noise, but it's normal in this car. It's not excessive at all. There it is. The clutch engagement is great. Nice little click-click transmission. The engine is happy. It runs well. It's not the original motor to the car. It's not numbers matching, but it's a correct TD motor. Doesn't smoke, as I mentioned before. Starts right up. Very eager, happy motor. I recommend double clutching when you downshift with TDs, but then it goes right in very smoothly. The car, it turned out to be a very fun car to drive. The brakes are very firm because they're basically all new. and they work well. The car stops straight and true. Steering action is very nice. That's where the TDs are so greatly improved over the TC series. But we're running cool, great oil pressure, we're charging, our horn's beeping, life is good. So if you've been thinking about getting a T-Series car, you don't mind some patina or think it's kind of cool, and you want one that's been sorted out and driving well, take a look at this car. We'll be putting it up. It's going to be a fun auction. We will be selling the car. We'll have a very realistic reserve. Call us, ask us any questions you may have. And the older couple I bought this car from, they were very concerned that somebody caring would get it. So my hope is we find somebody who really wants a car like this and will enjoy it. So thanks for coming along for the ride.